I've been having a go at something a little bit different, and by that I don't mean finishing a kit in less than 2 weeks. Roll the all new credits that I really hope you like. Here we go. Hello there, I'm trying a voiceover style of video and this is the World of Tanks Sturmgeschütz 4 by Revell. As you can see on the box, it's branded World of Tanks by Revell. Turns out this is one of the last Matchbox branded kits, first tooled in 1994. In reality it is a Revell kit. On the back there's some photos of the finished tank and the colours that you'll need to complete it. So let's have a look at what's in the box. Well, the first thing is a World of Tanks special bonus card and starter pack codes. You can copy them all you like. They do, they have run out by almost 2 years. Well, yes, valid until December 2023. So that's why I don't mind showing them in this video, because you can't use them. And I do actually have a World of Tanks account, not that I've used it. So here's the decal sheet with all sorts of in-game emblems and some national emblems. This is the usual sheet of instructions in warnings in many languages. And here we have the instructions proper. So we'll make ourselves a bit of room and we'll have a look at these. So page 1 is hints and tips, and on the other side the starter pack bonus and how to use it in various languages. As I say, the offer in this tank is in this kit is well past its sell by date. I did buy this from, where was it, the game shop, the shop called Game. It should have been nearly 20 quid, which I thought was a bit steep for a 1/72 tank kit. It was, however, reduced to about £12. I can't remember what it was, because I have actually pulled the price off. So here we are, page 1 of the instructions proper. We have a sprue map, lower hull, wheels going together, tracks going on, superstructure on, barrel placement, the final fitting of the Schürzen, and the one colour scheme, Panzer Grey. And as I say, you can put whatever transfers you like on it, and there's World of Tanks specific game transfers and some national markings. I may have a look in my spares box to see if I've got some numbers and such like. I am now looking at that star symbol, which I was wondering what it actually meant. It means depiction of completed part. So let's have a look at the plastic. There we are. I do believe it's 3 sprues in a plastic bag. We'll come in closer a little bit, and then we'll really struggle to open the bag, because the scissors want to veer towards the plastic. As you can see, even with 2 hands, this is really tricky. Right, we've cracked it. So, the first sprue, which is the lower hull and driving wheels and idler wheels, and a nice little machine gun there. Very crisp plastic as well, I have to say, for what is technically a 1994 tooled kit. No flash visible, which is always nice. This kit is the road wheels, the tracks, which are these, I'm not sure, I suppose they're Lincoln length tracks. I don't build many tanks, as you can tell. I do believe they are what's called Lincoln length. Not too sure about the accuracy of these wheels, but we'll see. However, it is a wargaming kit. And then the upper hull, Sturms goes 4, the side skirts, the hangers for the skirts, various fittings, and the gun and its mantlet and the rear part of the tank. So let's crack on and get this built. Well, I've just spotted an issue with the instructions in this kit, and just bear with me a second. These parts 41, 40, 39 and 38 which are present on the sprue, are the exhaust, but nowhere in these instructions does it actually show you it being put on. And then the last, however, it is clearly in place. I can hold this steady. It is clearly in place in these views here. Also, there's clearly on this part you can see there's hole. Come on, focus. There we go. There we go. Go on, you had it. Go on. Nail it. Go on. Clearly, you can see that there is the holes for the part. So I'll knock that together and get it stuck on. It's just a heads up if anyone else is ever building one of these. Just be aware of that little one. It's been completely missed out in the instruction stages. And another thing with the instructions and the kit. So as you can see here, you put the brackets for the side skirts on, the rail that holds the side skirt itself on. Looks like you just stick it straight to the back of that. It was my idea. I thought that you could put that on and kind of hang the skirts on and take them off. The kit parts, as you can see, there's nothing, it's completely flat there. However, the kit parts have this, can you see that? Come on, let's focus. There we go. Yeah, the kit parts have this rail moulded on, but you also have a rail as well. So I was assuming that you can either show it as I've done here. Let's bring you in a little bit. You can have it with the rail on, no skirts, or stick those on, skirts only. But what you don't seem to be able to do is to put that on like that, as I assumed it would be, and hang the skirts on. You either stick them on and they're on, or you don't. And as I've just shown on the instructions, doesn't show you any of that happening. So that's a little bit of a thing which doesn't bother me. I'm going to have it with the skirts on. I might actually glue these rails on as well, so we've got a bit of an extra grab area when I do put these skirts on. Anyway, enough of that. I've also sorted out the exhaust. Where's the back? With which isn't mentioned at all in the instructions, but it's there. I'm keeping it off because I'm going to paint it different. I'm going to paint it sort of rusty red metallic. So, what to do next? What to do next is I'm going to fire up the airbrush. I'm going to get this completely sprayed out in Panzer Grey. Wheels, everything. Right, we are on to the tracks. Lincoln length, which I've had a little experience with previously on a, funny enough, it was a Revell Challenger, which may have been initially a Matchbox Revell kit. So this is, what is it, the second time I put some of these together. They don't seem to be too bad. I did alright with the Challenger ones, but what I've had to do is remove the teeth off that sprocket, because there's no the teeth and the track just don't mesh in any way, shape or form. If I put that on the other side, that's kind of you can see how it's sitting above there. Did you get that? Yeah, okay. So by removing the teeth, I've got myself a much better sit on the tracks there. Actually looks like it's going around that wheel sprocket. So I will, and I've also, this top track, that place there is basically dead straight, and at the back, as you can see, our height would be off the rear idler wheel. So I bent that down a little bit, and I will glue it sort of in that manner. So with no more ado, I shall crack on, get these tracks on, then it's paint the fine details, bung a bit of weathering on it, and see what decals I can rustle up, and then she'll be done. Okay, the tracks are now on and painted, just dark steel for the minute. I'm going to highlight them, weather them, do bits and bobs to them. In real time, it's taken me about a week and maybe 2 days, because what I've done is, as you can see on the instructions, you have 6 of these parts to wrap around that wheel. That's one continuous part, and to do that I glued them on and then bent them around the wheel, and then left it to dry for a good 24 hours, so they wouldn't be out of shape. So that's that. So now we can, I'm not gonna pop the hull on, and we basically, technically, build is finished. The only thing I've got to do is put the side skirts on, which I'm going to leave until I've done a bit more painting. I'm going to do some decking. I'm going to try and find some numbers or something like that, because I just have the national markings. But what I'm going to do next is get some metallic colours and some wood colours, and get these, I don't know if you can quite see them, but get the tools painted up, and then we are in a position to think about chucking some washers at it and all that kind of fun stuff. So let's bring you down a bit, and then we're not looking too bad. So we've got the paint I'm going to use for the tools, the bulk of the tools, and it is the metal colour chrome silver. Maybe a little bit too bright when it first goes on. Once it's weathered, add some washers over it, it should tone down, so we should be okay with that. Now, you probably heard me mention painting by wire. What does that mean? Well, it's simply this. I get a little bit of paint on this piece of wire, which is just a piece of copper wire out of an old cable, copper strand. I'll get it in there, get myself a nice blob of paint on the end of it, and just dab, dab and dab. Now what this does, it's quite a lot more accurate, I find, than trying to use even a small brush, because you do need to be a little bit patient, but you can literally just put a blob on and move it around, and all of a sudden you can see we've got a spanner. Oh, we will have in a second. There she goes. It does look like I'm shaking quite a bit as well as I'm doing this. Maybe I've had too much coffee today. So there you go, there we have our spanner, all in its silver glory. And we've got these bolt cutters, do exactly the same thing on those. This is kind of, I sometimes feel this is a slightly different version of dry brushing. So I'm using the tiniest amount of paint and just wiping the kit over. And just bringing out the detail of the moulded on parts. In fact, I missed a trick, because as you can just about see, these clamps that on the real thing would hold the tools on, that I've just done silver. I should really have gone up to them and left them in the Panzer Grey. Not to worry, because I can just get some of the Panzer Grey and do exactly what I've done here to put the Panzer Grey back on the clamps. So that's just, if that is some sort of another spanner type device, and what I'll do on this one, as I've just said, I will just go up to where these clamps are. And there we go, because I'm using such a tiny amount of paint. I'm not going to flood it over, and even though those clamp moulded on bits are so terribly small, we've fairly easily gone around them. And there we have it. Being super close. Focus, focus, focus. I don't think the light's helping. There we go. Gotcha. That doesn't look too bad at all, does it? So I'll crack on with the rest of them. There's an axe that I will have to do the handle wood or wood colour. But apart from that, let me know what you think about that little tip. Just before I put the top on, I've decided to autograph it. I might start doing this a little bit more if I'm going to be honest, just if I ever take them apart again, I'll know when I built them. So there we go. Have a look. No, it's not going to be seen for a while. So it's time to start putting some washers and a little bit of weathering on this kit. So my go-to is usually oils. I've got quite a collection of these. This Payne's Grey is a very black grey, but not full black, obviously, because it's grey. Thinned down with what I call posh thinners, i.e. it's expensive and you need to be over 25 to buy that. I was rather miffed that the guy didn't check my age, but you know, we all have our crosses to bear. So I'm going to get some of this mixed up. It's going to go over onto this, which has had an acrylic gloss coat applied to it over the paint, which is also acrylic to be fair. So hopefully we won't have any issues. I've not had issues doing this method on aircraft or anything yet. Same thing, acrylic gloss with oil based thinners, thinned down with this stuff. So I'll get some mixed up and we'll get cracked on. And we're off. So let's see what this does. Okay, stage one of this done. Once this dries, as you can see, it's not terrifically neat, but because it's had a covering of acrylic gloss, I can get a little bit of terps on a cloth, tidy all these oversplashes up. Then what I'm going to do is probably put some dirt type effects onto the wheels. In fact, as I'm doing this, I've noticed I've only done one side of the tracks, so we'll remedy that right now. And there we go. It goes on, it goes on, it goes on. Wheels within wheels. Okay, we'll let that dry. Give it a tidy up and a clean and carry on. And we are all finished. It's had a bit of weathering along the tracks, bit of dirt and shading. I've not gone too crazy because this isn't the most detailed kit, but it looks better than when I was building it, if that's makes sense. Like the exhaust on there, that's just been painted what was it, Humbrol 70, and then I've got some MIG rust powder and a bit of black smoke on there. The tracks I've had kind of a pre-shade of, what was it, oil-based paint, kind of a khaki dirty colour. Then I went over that with some MIG dust, dry dust, got it into the track links there. And there we go, Stug 4. I have got somewhere, but I can't actually find them, some 1/72 tank number decals. If they turn up, I think I put them safe years ago, as you do. I shall. I'll stick a little number on the side as well as the cross there. But there we go. Nice little armour build. Kind of practicing. I've got some 1/35 armour at some point I'm going to get round to. So it's nice to do these little ones, just to have a bit of a practice. And have a bit of fun with them, really. This has been a nice, quick, easy build. I think this is what took me a week from start to finish, which is why it's one self-contained video instead of about 4 parts like my videos tend to end up in. So there we go, another nice little kit done. And if you like this, YouTube thinks you'll like some of this stuff, and if you like it really a lot, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next one.